Chunmei, it's very nice to have you on the stage, and actually, you are the final presenter of our first day. So yeah, so we're highly anticipating your talk, and yeah. So without any further delay, whenever you're ready, please start presenting.
So actually, thanks for Eric, all of the fantastic work on LZO solid electrolyte. And I wanted to talk more about what we found of this material, how we actually take a look at their failure mechanism. The reason we are doing this because this material has a great promising and increase the gravimetric energy density, increase the volumetric density. However, we do see a lot of failure and the interface between the solid electrolyte and the lithium, and also between the cathode and the lithium metal. And in particular, I want to mention about the interface against the high voltage cathode in 5 minutes. So let's take a look at and what's the failures. And I believe that this is not new for most of the researchers who work in this field. And we realize that the short circuit always happen and when we use a solid state electrolytes. What reason for that? And people will say it's because of this lithium when pass through and they actually have a very sharp dendrites and they also have a stress unbalanced, so it will create cracks and the crack propagation and followed by the lithium propagation. So this is the very typical short circuit, and the blue shows that. The blue plot is just the pristine LZO, and you can see the short circuit after couple cycles. Couple stripping plating cycles. So here I want to show a couple of electrochemical analysis data. Why I'm doing this, because I really wanted to show that what we're observed at this moment. And we actually take a look at, we actually measure the electrochemical impedance of this system. So EIS, we call EIS spectrums, we test between this symmetric cell, and we're feeding the data and we're trying to get to the interfacial resistance, and also we're trying to get overall resistance. And based on this, and you can see how actually the interfacial resistance increased dramatically and within the 30 cycles. And why does it happen? And first, and Eric already mentioned about the gapping and also the voids between the lithium metal and the solid state materials. And there's probably something else, and I want to mention it. And let's take a look at one more thing. So this is included interfacial resistance, which is, for example, if there's a gap and the resistance will go high, and this is a continue growing, and the surface, particularly this morphology imbalanced or morphology instability causes the impedance continue growing. And how about the surface chemistry? And it's very interesting. And the LZO actually can self-reduced, and when they touch the lithium metal. After a couple of stripping plating, we do see the zirconium 4 plus and change it to the 2 plus and 0, which indicate this material is actually have a long-term instability. And that's why the interfacial or interfaces and formed either is artificial interfaces or actually later is solid electrolyte interfaces formed afterwards is very important. It can passivate the surface of LZO or passivate the surface of lithium, can protect the lithium, continue reducing the LZO. And another thing I really want to mention is, I'm not sure actually all of the researchers realize in how unstable of this material against the air. So if we store this material into the ambient environment for example, in this plot, we have the 30-day storage, and we do see the lithium carbonate form. And if you take a look at the mapping, this one is a lot of carbonate in form and this small pieces. And so this is not stable in air. So I have a very quick summary, and those is a couple things I really wanted to touch today. And the first is interface instability and morphology also, and the interface is not stable. It will form a different gap or voids or space. And another one is interfacial resistance to continue increase. And finally, this one is not stable in the air. So for those failures, and the strategy, actually, one strategy